Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name of the one true God, and Yahweh Shai is the name of His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. And I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And I want to send salutations to all the Akim throughout the four corners of the earth, exalting the name of Yahweh and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, in truth and in sincerity. All right. So this lesson is going to be about a quote that I remember Kobe Bryant saying back when he was still playing basketball. And basically, it was like, as you can see right here, job not finished. Job not finished? I don't think so, because there was a reporter that asked him, how do you feel about being up, I think it was 2-0 in the finals. And, when you got two games over your opponent in the NBA finals in a best out of seven series, you feel good, but it's not over yet, because there's a possibility that your opponent can still come back and defeat you. So you don't want to have the mentality of, oh, we're comfortable, we're up 2-0. So Kobe said, job not finished. Job's not finished. He had to let him know, because the guy was very enthusiastic. He was like, yeah, man, don't you feel great being up 2-0? And Kobe was like, job's not finished. Because you don't want to have a mentality of, oh, it's over with. I made it. I'm good. Or, in this faith where you're like, man, I'm good, and everything's going to be okay. And you're complacent. You don't want to be complacent. You don't want to be comfortable in this. You want to be wrapped up in the fear of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. You want to be like, man, there's no such thing as being comfortable. There's no such thing as, hey, I'm good. I'm saying I'm gonna make it. You're walking on pins and needles, as they say. You don't want to be the guy that's thinking like, oh man, I'm guaranteed to make it. You're not. Nobody's guaranteed to make it, man. Even Edris said, woe is me, woe is me. I think he said that. He said, basically, who will deliver me in those days? Because he knew that eventually he was going to have to return and be seen. He knew that. He knew that he was going to have to see the things that's happening on the planet, and he feared. He was like, man, who's going to deliver me in these days? Because he was prophesying, saying destruction. He said, man, who's going to save me? When all this destruction comes. So when you're doing the work of the Lord, man, you don't want to be like, man, job's done, or hey, we're good. You're not good. You're not okay. You want to have the mentality of, man, I just want to make it. You want to do whatever you got to do to make it. You want to do whatever you got to do to please the Lord. All right, and that's just doing His will, and having fear of Him. That's what it's all about. So you don't want to feel like, man, oh, I made it, I'm good. No, you're not, man. You're really not. All right. This is Matthew 10:22. It says, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end shall be saved. So if you endure to the end, you're going to be saved, man. Endurance, man. You got to endure. All right. Let's look up endure. Endure in the Greek, hoop omeno, all right, means to remain, to tarry behind, to remain, okay, abide, all right. So you want to be able to remain, all right, in this thing, See, you want to be able to say, okay, I'm going to remain in this thing until the end. All right. So the job's not finished, man. Can't say, all right, job's done and all this. No, it's not, man. All right. Or you get complacent where you're thinking, okay, we're up right now, things are good, and what I'm saying, I'm learning and I'm doing this and that, and you get comfortable, you get complacent. Next thing what I'm saying, you're lazy, you're slacking, what I'm saying, and things of that nature. You're not fervent in the spirit, and you want to be able to say, hey, man, I'm doing everything I got to do to make it. That's what you want to be able to say to yourself. Like, hey, man, I'm praying. What I'm saying, I'm looking at everything through a spiritual eye. What I'm saying, I'm what I'm saying, I'm watching. What I'm saying, the breakdowns, and I'm learning. You want to constantly always be building yourself. Okay, that's what you want to do. All right, you want to always be building yourself to be better. All right, this is Hebrews 4:11. It says, "Let us labor, therefore, to enter into that rest, lest any man fall after the same example of belief." So you want to labor into the rest. The rest is the kingdom of heaven. So you want to labor into the kingdom of heaven. All right, when you get your rest, all right, you want to labor into the rest. You want to work into the rest. What I'm saying? You don't want to be complacent. You don't want to feel like, oh, I made it. No, man, the fear of the Lord is going to light a fire under you. And you're going to be like, listen, man, hey, I'm just trying to endure, man. I'm just trying to make it. I'm just trying to remain, right? And the way you remain is you work. You constantly work, man. And they say, man, Kobe was a major workhorse. And when he played, man, he was a major workhorse. And and he endured a lot, man, during his career. He won championships, man, and he won an MVP, I believe. Hey, man, he was dedicated, fully dedicated. He has his own mentality, man, called the Mamba mentality. And that's his thing. And players take after the Mamba mentality, which is to never give up, to always endure, persevere, overcome. All right, to never fear anything or anybody. It's Mamba mentality. All right. So when you have even like a Mamba mentality in his faith, which is really just being in the Holy Spirit, that's really what it is, being in the Holy Spirit. What I'm saying, you're gonna endure. So with that being said, we'll go ahead with second address 7:7. It says, the entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water. All right, so on the right hand is a fire, and on the left is a deep water, and there's an entrance very narrow in between it. All right, and it says, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could be but one man go there at once. So there's only one man can go there at once, man, at once. All right, through this dangerous path, all right, of fire and water. All right, so only one man can do this at once. All right, it says in verse 9, it says, if this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive his inheritance? All right, so how are you going to receive your inheritance if you don't go through the danger? You got to go through the danger. All right, so you can't be complacent, man, because the job's not finished, man. How can you get your inheritance, all right, which is your rest, if the job ain't finished? Job's not done. We're not in the kingdom of heaven yet. We're not in rulership yet. So the job's not done. We got work to do. All right, so we got to get to work, continue to work for the kingdom of heaven. So with that, all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai.